For many of you, my faith story will be very similar to your faith story. I grew up being active in every church program that was ever imagined by the Baptist Sunday School Board. Each week there was Sunday school, worship, training union, evening worship, fellowships, choirs, and RAs. There were 2-week-long vacation Bible schools, camps, musicals, revivals, the list goes on. Being a pastor's kid, summer vacations were often rolled into the convention, or else it was off to Richmond, Virginia to tour the Foreign Mission Board. You get the picture, or maybe you are in that picture. My story includes a Baptist college where I met my wife in choir. It continues in the church music school at Southern Seminary, followed by a few decades as a minister of music. Throughout my formative years, my faith was nurtured by an activity that was woven throughout all aspects of church life. That activity was singing hymns. My faith was molded, shaped, and colored by a most important book, the hymnal. Beginning full-time music ministry, I quickly realized that the children in my church simply did not know hymns. I could pretty well sing all 554 of them, so I began asking myself how I learned those hymns and why the children in my new church didn't know them. The answer wasn't complicated. Here was my childhood hymn singing schedule. Sunday morning, Sunday school, opening assembly, 3 hymns. Worship, 2 hymns. Training union, 2 hymns. Sunday evening worship, 5 hymns. Children's choir, 2 hymns. Wednesday night prayer meeting as required for preachers' kids, 4 hymns. Week-long revivals, 30 hymns. In the car on any family trip lasting longer than 15 minutes, 3 hymns. My mom kept a hymnal under the front seat. I'm not kidding. I probably averaged singing 25 hymns a week for my first 18 years. By the time I left for college, I had sung 20,000 hymns. Now that's all the hymns in the book, each sung 36.75 times. The 0.75 is because we'd so often sing the first, second, and last. My faith is preserved here, in common meter, in short meter, and in long meter doubled, in the alliterative poetry of God of grace and God of glory. On your people pour your power. In the hymns of Watts and Wesley, Green and Gerhardt, Troger, Tees, and Theodulf of Orleans. Holy, 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 God who touches earth with beauty. Great is thy faithfulness. It is well with my soul, and several hundred others. My faith was informed by my dad teaching me the alto part to Ferris Lord Jesus. That was after I asked him as a second grader how it was that the guys in the Kingston Trio were each singing different notes at the same time. I wanted to learn how to do that. My faith is a story told in these hymns. Indeed, it is the gospel story itself. Back to my first church, children could not sing hymns because we had somehow managed to eliminate most hymn singing opportunities from church life. No opening assembly, no training union, no Sunday evening worship. These children were singing 1 hymn per week. That was the opening hymn in worship before they left the room for children's church. I had to fix that. So for my years in music ministry, I deeply felt and fervently followed a burning call, a call to teach hymns to children and youth. In my story, there is no single Damascus road. Instead, there are hundreds of Damascus experiences made possible by singing hymns in community. Singing shaped my faith then, just as it shapes our faith now. For this life of hymn singing, and for the large community of volunteers who led all the church programs of my childhood, I am eternally grateful. Now, in retirement, Kathy and I are thankful to have found River Road, a church where music is taken very seriously, a church where hymns are well chosen, well played, and well sung, a church where a prophetic gospel is preached pointedly and poignantly. My story is one of being raised in a faith where this book was taken very, very seriously, for it takes a singing village to raise a child. For the wonders that astound us, for the truths that still confound us, most of all, that love has found us, thanks be to God.